Hello again. My name is Joseph Pierini. I've been an InfoSec evangelist and penetration testing practice director for a long time, and today I want to talk to you about AttackForge. In my last video, I had a chance to show you the AttackForge pen test reporting and collaboration platform and give you some of my thoughts on why I thought it was a groundbreaking solution to a years-old problem. Well, since then, the makers of AttackForge have come out with a whole new version. And I have to say, it has all the same features and performance, but now it is so much easier on the eyes. New customers will be receiving this upgraded interface upon sign-up, and existing customers will be gradually upgrading so as not to impact usability. You know, if I'm honest, I like it better. It feels less cramped and easier to scan the page for the information that I need. In this video, I want to look at how AttackForge could help me build my practice, not just write reports. I've been doing this for a long time, and in that time, I've struggled with writing reports. And not just the mechanics of writing the report itself, but the entire process, from templates to content, QA, and delivery. Microsoft has been kind enough to provide my creation tools in the form of Word and Excel, and Adobe helped provide the delivery in the form of PDFs. Now, it was frequently a messy, frustrating part of the engagement, and mistakes would happen, from using old templates or even reusing documents with another client's name still in them. Oh, and forget any real collaboration. Microsoft Docs aren't designed for collaboration. I've had practices that used Google Docs, and that was a huge leap forward, until you tried to get people outside of your company to access those reports. For example, I used to use a freelance QA person in the past, and invariably the document permissions were wrong, and there was this annoying back and forth trying to get it fixed. Plus, the whole thing felt like a completely unprofessional kludge when I invited clients to work together on the final report. So here's the thing. The tool I use has to make collaboration and reporting easier for everyone on the team. Now, this includes pen testers, project managers, practice leaders, and clients. If your tool forces me to change how I do business, I don't want to look at it. So, how does AttackForge stack up against my demands? Well, let's start with the pen test team. It's a web-based platform with built-in templates that lets more than one person work on a report at a time. Cool. Good start, but that's just the baseline of what I expect. So tell me, how else does it improve their lives? Okay. I think we can all agree that findings are a pain to manage. Creating a database of findings that can be used in reports isn't as easy as it sounds, and getting it to integrate into your reporting tools is even harder. While most reporting tools have some sort of findings capabilities, AttackForge has shared vulnerability libraries built in. These libraries provide standardized write-ups in an easily organized way. Adding a new vulnerability is as easy as clicking on the plus button. And I can create separate project-related vulnerability libraries for use with specific scenarios or customers. So how else does it help the pen test team? One of the greatest regrets in my professional life is missing out on working with some amazing newcomers in the field. Throughout my career, I have interviewed dozens of testers who were passionate, sharp, hard workers just looking for their chance to break into offensive security. But my practice didn't have a business model for hiring juniors and using them effectively in the field. Now, AttackForge could have changed all that. Test suites are a step-by-step plan for performing a test. We called them playbooks in one of my practices. You know, you build around your methodology with the exact approach you would use. They can be used to lay out an entire test, or they could be crafted for complex attacks like phishing attacks or bypassing 8021X. Write it once, and then update it and tweak it easily. And yeah, it'll take a little bit of time to build your test suites, but AttackForge comes with a handful to get you started. I mean, how cool would it be to have your discovery and enumeration steps laid out with the tools and their exact syntax for the juniors to follow? Hey, they could immediately be effective on an engagement while they increase their skills on more complicated tests. So that's just a sample of how it helps our pen testers. But what about those real heroes of any consulting practice? The project managers. Now, depending upon the size of your practice, you may have just project managers, or if you're really big, you may have a separate operations team made up of PMs, schedulers, and client success team members. So how does AttackForge make all their lives better? Well, I can't tell you how important it is to have all the project information in one place. I mean, if you manage your project with emailed forms and Teams or an Outlook calendar, mistakes are gonna happen. All right, true story. Early in my career, the project managers managed projects by emailing forms with the client information, start dates, scope, target, and location. Well, this one time, I flew out to a client's location to perform an internal pen test. I arrived at the front desk and asked for my point of contact, who came out all flustered and confused, wondering why I was there. Now, I put it down to the usual client nerves, so I said, "I'm here to do your pen test." "No, you're not," they said. "Yes, I am," I said. Went, No, really, you're not," they explained. "We rescheduled your test. Didn't the project manager tell you?" So as the blood drained from my face, I hurriedly made my apologies, left, and frantically called up my PM. And yep, it turned out I had entirely missed the updated project form and had flown 2 time zones to a client who wouldn't be tested for another month. You can only imagine how uncomfortable I was explaining this to my boss. Now, to his credit, he said something like, "Everybody gets one," or some noblish sort of thing. I don't know, to be honest, because the ringing in my ears and the pounding in my head made it impossible to hear him. With AttackForge, everything is managed with My Projects, and the calendar gives a nice, clean view of capacity and white space. This provides a dedicated project workspace. Customers can even upload and share information directly with pen testers. Now, AttackForge also reduces the work levels for PMs by keeping clients up to date with testing using automated notifications on testing progress, and makes it easier to track progress for internal or external reporting. The project dashboard puts everything at their fingertips, and the test cases keep them informed on testing progress at all times. There is so much more that AttackForge can do for the operations team that it deserves its own video at a future date. But let's move on and look at it from the client's perspective. So usually a client buys a pen test, typically has a kickoff meeting to go over the objectives, the scope, and rules of engagement, and they might even get a chance to meet the testers themselves. Then the day comes when the test is supposed to start, and they get a commencement call or an email, and then nothing. I mean, radio silence. They have no idea what's going on. Heck, they might not even know the test is running unless the testers knock something over. So this is not how you communicate effectively. I've learned that in business, you can't over-communicate. And the more the clients are in the loop, the more confident they will be in your work and the advice you give them. The AttackForge portal itself provides data at a customer's fingertips when they need it without adding any additional burden to the operations team. Clients can log in and have an easy-to-consume dashboard view of their projects. No more wondering what's scheduled, what's being tested, or what needs to be fixed. Everything is displayed in real time. Notifications are automatic from starting and stopping to vulnerabilities detected. In fact, real-time notifications on newly discovered findings means engineers can fix issues faster. And with Jira and ServiceNow integrations, change control tickets can be triggered without additional work. Now, customers don't have to wait for reports. They can use ReportGen, an on-demand custom reporting solution with multiple formats for different audiences such as executives, engineers, auditors, and so on. Oh, and have you ever had a client question your work? Well, those test cases can provide a level of assurance that your testing was comprehensive and complete. As we've seen, AttackForge has the features you would demand in a reporting and collaboration platform, such as the pre-populated vulnerability libraries, those standardized write-ups so pen testers waste less time writing up findings. There was the on-demand ReportGen, that standardized reporting module. Now, pen testers don't have to write reports from scratch and can move smoothly on to the next billable task or research time. There are the industry standard test cases, the standardized methodologies that are built in. Now stakeholders are kept in loop of testing progress, and pen testers spend less time reporting on their testing progress. But I think the real beauty of AttackForge is in its flexibility. You can use it as business as usual, or integrate whole new concepts into your workflow. For example, you can generate traditional reports and submit them to your clients in PDF format, or provide the results entirely online. Think about it. Make rounds of QA and severity negotiations so much easier by never having to produce a Word doc or a PDF. A traditional practice chases their clients for new business. But with the AttackForge project request workflow and the scheduling module, it's easy for customers to request and schedule new projects, and you're now increasing sales volume effortlessly. But I think the most important aspect of AttackForge is that it allows you to create more value, thereby creating client stickiness. The portal makes it hard for customers to go elsewhere. All data is consolidated and tracked in one place, at their fingertips when they need it. Automated updates and notifications, the schedule, analytics and integrations with their ticketing tools, it's all right there. There's even an open API for customers to extend the functionality into their enterprise dashboards. AttackForge immediately gives your practice a polished, professional interface, letting you compete with the more mature competitors or the bigger players in your marketplace. Now, if you haven't already scheduled a demo, click the link below and learn how AttackForge can improve your practice when you become a reportsmith with AttackForge.